Hello, Hela, welcome. It's so good to have you here and talk to you. I'm Mukai Girish, co-founder and CEO of Rockfish Data, and we are helping enterprises solve data bottleneck issues, and in particular, helping agentic AI vendors and enterprises that deploy them to test them thoroughly to get over test coverage and reliability issues. Our technology originated based on years of research at Carnegie Mellon University, and then subsequently, Rockfish was formed about 3 years ago, and we've been working with a number of public sector as well as enterprise customers in this journey. It's just wonderful to talk to you. Hela, would love to have you introduce yourself so that our audience know more about you.
Great. Well, thanks for having me. So my name is Jelle van Guns, or Van Geuns is the original pronunciation, but people struggle with that. I'm the founder and CEO of Cirra AI. We're building AI agents for Salesforce administration. So think of it as like Cursor and Klein do for coding. That's what we're doing for Salesforce admins. We're generating configuration. We're helping people provision users and groups, etc., and basically do all the day-to-day admin tasks that are currently sucking up time for Salesforce admins, and automating most of that through our AI agents.
Wonderful. When did you get started on this?
We got started about a year ago, a little over a year ago. So I had a previous company in the Salesforce App Exchange space. So 10 plus years of experience working with Salesforce and seeing firsthand the frustrations and the complexity and the delays that come out of just the amount of clicking around that has to be done to get the basic stuff done, coupled with the detailed expertise and understanding that you need of the limitations and the issues and dead ends that you can get into if you don't do things right. So we're trying to, like I said, first of all, automate the groundwork, but also bring kind of expertise to bear so that people don't have to remember everything and they can just focus on actually getting Salesforce to work for their organizations the way it's supposed to be.
It's awesome. Great to hear, and your timing is impeccable because everybody is talking of AI agents. Many people are aspirationally looking at developing them, and more enterprises are looking to deploy. What are, I know that you're super focused on this problem, which you know really well. That means you can solve this problem well. Given that, what are some of the interesting challenges that you've been encountering, both in development as well as in getting your users to use this agent?
Yeah, so one of the challenges I think that everybody faces is that things are just moving so fast. There's so many tools coming up and new protocols like the MCP standard. So it's really hard to kind of keep track of what's going on and making sure that you don't develop something that is going to get commoditized away. So, we're doing our best to stay abreast, but not get too distracted by the latest shiny thing. The other aspects are, first of all, user education and expectation management, basically trying to not oversell what the tools can do, and at the same time show the value that that is available now, and give people some tips and tricks and mindset on how to best use AI tools to make their day-to-day workflow a lot more efficient. And that takes some time. Sometimes people dive in and they expect it to basically solve every problem right away. Then it doesn't do that. Sometimes people are too hesitant to kind of have a back and forth with the AI and get to the right solution. So it takes some education and hand-holding to get people to the productive stage. The other aspect is when building truly agentic systems is to get the reliability up high enough so that the system can actually be autonomous. as opposed to, the user having to do this fine-tuning and guiding along the way, and finding the right boundary between, things that are still like that are still too ambitious really to fully automate, versus the things that can be fully automated, and finding the right workflow and the right user interface and user interface approach to make it clear to people which of the two they should be using.
Nice. And picking on the word reliability that you used, what we are finding as well is that when agentic AI vendors, they are finding it difficult to have the sufficient test coverage and the agent being very reliable or consistent in its output. And one of the challenges is having labeled data, having the right prompts, and having the expected outcome, and so on. So that's what, one of the stuff that we've been addressing is to provide, that all those elements that can help the agents to be tested much better, right, before they are deployed. And I hope that hopefully will address some of the challenges that you mentioned as well.
Yes, I think we still have a ways to go before we are at that level of test coverage that we would like to be at in terms of the standard use cases. I think the tools are getting better very quickly, the core models. So there's you can do more with a few examples, etc. But still, in order to really get to enterprise reliability for fully agentic workflows, tools like yours are going to be very valuable.
Awesome. And I know that uh, uh, that you are helping Salesforce admins, but are you going to put them out of a job if this thing works well, or is it going to be making them a lot more effective in what they do?
No, the goal is definitely to make them more effective. I think within the Salesforce ecosystem, it's well known that because the tool itself is quite flexible and the barrier to entry is kind of low, that people who think they can just go ahead and customize it can do a lot of damage, because it's relatively easy to add a bunch of customization, but it's harder to like really understand what are going to be the drawbacks of that. How are you going to manage that down the road as organizations grow? So admins have a very important role there to be the gatekeepers and be the guides, basically, to to help their organizations use Salesforce, which is a super powerful, super flexible platform, but use it in a way that is not going to build up technical debt and create a lot of complexity down the road. Use the right features, use them the right way, architect things well. So right now, because of all the grunt work that they're doing, sometimes they don't have time to really fully think that through, or to explain how things should be done, or even the time to do it right. So our goal is to make more time available to do things right, rather than just hack it up and then hope for the best.
Nice. That is, I have used Salesforce in the past, and it's never easy. And I think the problem that you're solving obviously makes people a lot more productive and focus on selling, right, what they need to do. So it's great. Um, I know that this industry, and you touched on this before, it's evolving fast, moving probably close to the speed of light, or maybe sometimes it feels even faster than that. Um, how do you see the future? I know you have a couple of crystal balls, but how do you see the future in this? And how should uh, you know how should our audience prepare themselves?
Well, first of all, I don't think anybody can really fully anticipate where all this is going. I mean, I think it is a really fundamental transformation. Um, I think there's a lot of work, especially white collar work, that is going to get commoditized away, the tasks that people are currently doing. So I think the best way to prepare is to think look at the day-to-day things that you're doing, embrace AI tools when they exist to automate and simplify as many of those tasks as possible, and really think about, okay, how can I use my human skills to add value to my stakeholders, basically, to use the tools that are available to be 10x more productive, and to really get strategic value out of, in our case, the enterprise software tools that people have, rather than just kind of keeping the lights on and keeping things running. Really, use the extra time to think ahead and be a strategic partner for stakeholders, rather than just somebody executing tasks.
Yeah, amazing. I think as we witnessed, especially the past 2 3 years, right? It's amazing change. Hopefully, we can leverage all of this to benefit all of us, entire humanity and beyond. But it's super exciting, wonderful to talk to you, and best of luck, in this journey.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It was great fun talking about these things, and hope we'll both be on a trajectory to to great success.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.